Russ, let's start with injuries and I suppose the players that you can welcome back who were missing on Saturday. Who's going to be around for tomorrow night's game against Northampton?
So Warren's back. Warren O'Hora's back, which is good news for us, good news for him. He took a whack on the head training with Ireland. He would have played on Saturday, but so he's had to go through the concussion protocols to make sure he's fine. So he's back for tomorrow, which is good news. Regan Paul is obviously back from international duty as well, which is great. It just gives us a little bit more flexibility in what we're doing and the team that we can pick tomorrow. Apart from that, everyone else is slowly but surely getting there, although won't be quite ready or available for tomorrow.
You gave us some brief outline on Ben Gladwin. I assume that his injury isn't it's big enough for him not to be playing tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, we're just waiting to get it assessed properly, so he we'll know a bit more on Wednesday. But we're hoping to have him back in contention for Saturday, so fingers crossed. So we're not overly worried or anxious about it, but we just want to make sure that we get it double checked and that the specialists are happy and that he feels ready to crack on. He feels good. He's desperate to be involved tomorrow, but we need to just give him a little bit more time, and obviously, hopefully, he'll be back fit and available for us for Saturday.
Looks like you're welcoming back quite a few of your defenders as well. It's good to have those extra numbers back.
Yeah, I think I'm really happy with, as I said to you all the way along, really happy with what we've got at the football club in terms of quality and personality and character of the players. We've got a lot of those missing at the minute. Obviously, George and Richard Keogh are two big characters in the group. And then we're hoping that they can get back in the next couple of weeks, really, ideally. But we need to be patient as well, because George was a bit of a strange one. He came back and then felt it again. So we need to be a little bit more patient than perhaps we usually would be with George. And to be fair, Keezy's worked extremely hard over a long period of time, and he's now sort of come into his last stage of rehab with us and really kicked on, and we're really pleased with where he's at physically. So yeah, we're looking forward to having them both back involved. And obviously the only other one on the injury list is Kieran, who's going to take a bit longer and just make sure he gets back right and fit and gets his knee ready to come back into training at some point.
Let's talk transfers then. Read a rumour over the weekend linking you to Scott Fraser. Is any truth to that one?
No, a player I really like. Really good player at this level. Played really well against us, unfortunately, last season. But at the minute, no, there's nothing else in that. He is a player I admire, especially at this level. But yeah, unfortunately, no. For us, there's no news with regard to him and us at the moment.
Okay, and anything else on the horizon for you, or is it just going to be a case of...
We're badgering away, as I've said to you all the way along, really. So I'd love to come and give you the list of targets and tell everyone, but it doesn't really help us in trying to get who we want. So just making sure that we are the people who we want. They are clear that we are seriously interested in them, establishing whether they're interested in us. And as I said to you, the reason this takes time is because we're still looking at the players that we really, really want, and they're interested in coming. And now it's just a matter of the clubs deciding they can go, or us negotiating terms that are agreeable for them to let them come here. So we are working hard on it. I'm really, really delighted with the ones we've got in so far, and Lass just adds to that, and he showed that at the weekend. No work, came in and played really, really well, and he'll get better and better. So yeah, we've got to make sure the ones that come in and follow after that are at the same level and equal to the ones we've already brought in, because we've really added strength, really added quality. Now we just need some depth. And we need, we're looking, I told you the positions we're looking in, we're looking for top performers in those positions, and that doesn't change, so we'll keep working hard at that. And I'll be much more comfortable when they are in the door, but I have to accept, and it's something I have to learn really quickly in this role, that you need patience, you need perseverance, you need patience, and I can be pretty impatient at times, but if it means we end up getting the ones that we really, really want, then I have to accept that.
Given that there's not an awful lot of time between the window closing in the middle of October and then it reopening in January, would it be the worst thing in the world if you didn't land your big targets?
Well, it wouldn't be the worst thing if we didn't land them, as long as we land the ones just below them. If we didn't land anybody, then yeah, I'd be sitting here not very happy at all, and I think everyone would agree that they'd feel the same way. So if we end up losing the top targets, then it's not for a lack of trying. It's, the chairman came out last week and spoke about his commitment to trying to get that. But if it goes to a level beyond us financially, then that gets taken out of my hands. So if we don't get the top ones, it's about then establishing and we're working on that as well. We're keeping, you have to keep plates spinning and make sure we got the targets just underneath them ready and prepared to make bids or to get them in discussions and negotiations, etc. So we'll make sure we work hard to bring people in, not for the sake of it. And if it's not the top targets, then maybe they come back around in January. But we can't accept that no one comes in if we don't get the top one. So it's about, I said all the way along, succession planning. You have a list of targets, you have your priorities on those lists, and then making sure we try and get the ones we really want.
The EFL Trophy then, is that something that you guys are focusing on? It was obviously had a big history for MK Dons back in 2008 when they won it. Is this something that you're looking to, have a great season with?
Yeah, Toby, every game is a game that I want to win. It's a game to improve our mentality, our tactical plan, our identity. So I think the challenge for the players every game is to A, hold on to your shirt for the next game, and B, to show us that you've got what it takes to sustain what we want and to be consistent with what they're doing. So it's a big game for us. That's genuinely how I see it, and it's a big trophy for us because the carrot at the end. And a lot of people disrespect the competition a little bit or not really interested till they get late on, but the carrot at the end is huge. So financially it helps, there's no doubt about it, but a day out at Wembley and to lift a trophy, not many players get a chance to do that in their career. So I think it's a good competition. It also enables us to try different things and work on things, but ultimately it's a game we want to win, it's a competition we want to do well in, and that's the challenge to the players. We need to start off well in that tomorrow. And
Northampton, they offer a bit of a physical threat, but that's something you're just going to have to come up and face with many League One teams.
Yeah, they're in our league. We're going to face that twice this season. We're going to face that from a lot of teams, very similar to Wycombe in style and approach last season, and they do it really, really well. As much as we're trying to build an identity and philosophy here, it's very different to Northampton's, but they've had a bit more time to build theirs. They've got people who really buy into it. They've got real clarity in what they're doing, and with that comes strength. So when a team knows exactly what they're about, they have the culture that buys into what they want to do, staff and players, that gives them real strength, real unity and togetherness. So we're prepared for it. We'll be prepared for it. The players know what we expect of them in terms of our approach, and as I always say to you, it's about us. It's about what we do, especially at Stadium MK. So it's about trying to implement our game plan and making sure we control the game as much as possible and negate their threat. And it will be difficult. It is physical, it is direct, and it's brought them a lot of success. But our players have to show they're up to that test because they're going to face it a lot of times this season.
And I suppose it's a great warm-up for the season proper on Saturday.
Yeah, I think everyone's really excited for Saturday, but we have to take it. It's the oldest cliche in football. We have to take it game by game, day by day, and it's true. It's the minute you lose track or focus on something too far ahead, even if it's Saturday, you're then not concentrating fully, or your sole focus isn't on where it should be, and that's winning a game of football tomorrow. Firstly, it's coming in today, debriefing Saturday, and making sure we learn from that. Then it's training, making sure they recover well or they train properly to put themselves in the frame for Saturday. And then tomorrow they wake up and the sole focus is on the game tomorrow. So that's how you need to live. If you want to perform at the top level, if you want to be a high performer, you need to focus, you need to be really present in everything you do. So yeah, of course, everyone's excited about Saturday, but the sole focus at the moment is preparing for tomorrow's game and learning from Saturdays.